The airport was busy that morning, but one corner near the boarding gate felt calm and quiet. People sat in long rows of chairs, holding bags and papers, waiting for their flight number to be called. A young girl named Maya sat beside her mother Anna, swinging her legs slowly and watching people walk past. Maya was 9 years old, curious and observant, with eyes that noticed small details most people ignored. Anna held the boarding passes in her hand, checking the time again and again, not because she was nervous but because this journey meant more than just travel. This flight was important for Anna and Maya, though Maya only understood that it was special, not the reason behind it. They were flying to another city for a family matter that Anna had not fully explained yet. Maya trusted her mother, so she did not ask many questions. She simply followed her closely, holding onto her sleeve when the crowd grew thick. When boarding was announced, Anna stood up, adjusted her bag, and took Maya's hand gently. They walked down the narrow hallway toward the plane, listening to the soft hum of voices and rolling luggage. Maya felt excited because she loved flying and looking out of the window at the clouds. She counted the rows as they moved forward, whispering numbers to herself in a playful way. When they reached their seats in the middle of the plane, Anna smiled and helped Maya place her small backpack under the seat. Maya buckled her seat belt carefully, proud that she could do it by herself. The cabin slowly filled with passengers, and the sounds of movement and conversation grew louder. Maya leaned toward the window, pressing her forehead lightly against the glass, imagining the sky waiting outside. Anna sat beside her, calm and relaxed, closing her eyes for a moment. Everything felt normal and peaceful, just another flight like many others. A few minutes later, a woman stopped near their row. She wore neat clothes and held a large handbag close to her side. She looked at Maya, then at Anna, and then back at Maya again. Her expression showed discomfort, though she tried to hide it. She cleared her throat before speaking. She asked Anna if Maya was her child, and Anna answered politely that she was. The woman then said that her own child felt uneasy sitting next to strangers and asked if Maya could change seats. Her voice was firm, as if she expected agreement. Anna was surprised by the request and replied calmly that these were their assigned seats and that Maya was not bothering anyone. Maya stayed quiet, her hands resting on her lap, her eyes moving between her mother and the woman. She did not understand why the woman was upset. She felt a tight feeling in her chest but did not speak. Anna placed a gentle hand on Maya's arm, a silent sign of comfort. Before the conversation could continue, a flight attendant approached the row. His name was Paul, and he spoke in a friendly and professional manner. He asked if there was a problem, looking from Anna to the woman. The woman quickly explained that she wanted Maya to move to another seat. Paul listened carefully, nodding as she spoke. Paul then turned to Anna and asked for her side of the story. Anna explained that they were seated correctly and that her daughter had done nothing wrong. Paul glanced at Maya and smiled gently, trying to ease the tension. He asked Maya her name in a soft and respectful tone. Maya answered quietly but clearly, saying her name was Maya. Paul then asked her last name in the same calm way, not expecting anything unusual. Maya replied without hesitation, stating her full last name confidently. The moment her last name was spoken, Paul's expression changed completely. He froze in place, his body stiff, his eyes widening slightly as if he had just heard something unexpected. The friendly smile disappeared, replaced by a serious and focused look. Another flight attendant nearby also stopped moving, having heard the name. The air around them seemed to shift, and the casual noise of the cabin felt distant for a brief moment. Anna noticed the sudden change and felt concerned. She asked Paul if something was wrong, her voice steady but alert. Paul quickly regained his composure and assured her that everything was fine. He asked for a moment and stepped into the aisle, speaking quietly with the other flight attendant. Their voices were low, but their expressions showed urgency and respect. The woman who had made the request crossed her arms and looked annoyed. She asked again if Maya would be moved to another seat. Paul returned to the row, standing straight and confident. His tone was now firm and clear as he addressed the woman. He told her that there would be no seat change and that Anna and Maya would remain where they were. The woman looked confused and displeased, asking why her request was being denied. Paul did not raise his voice, but his words carried authority. He explained that there was no reason for the child to move and that the matter was settled. Maya looked up at her mother, sensing that something important had happened, though she did not know what it was. Anna met her gaze and gave her a small reassuring smile. The tension slowly faded, and the woman returned to her seat without another word. As the plane prepared for takeoff, Maya leaned back in her seat, still thinking about the moment. She felt different, though she could not explain why. She only knew that her name had changed something, and the adults around her had reacted in a way she had never seen before. The engines grew louder, and the plane began to move down the runway. Maya looked out of the window again, watching the ground disappear beneath them. She did not know that this flight would reveal truths about her family that would change her understanding of herself forever. And this was only the beginning. The plane rose smoothly into the sky, and the city below slowly became small and distant. Maya pressed her face close to the window, watching buildings turn into shapes and then disappear under soft white clouds. She felt calm again, though the strange moment from earlier stayed quietly in her mind. Anna watched her daughter carefully, noticing how quiet she had become since the seat issue ended. Anna knew the reason for the reaction to Maya's last name, but she had hoped to explain it later, when the time felt right. She took a slow breath and looked around the cabin, making sure no one was listening closely. The flight attendants moved with quiet purpose, their tone more respectful than before when they passed their row. Paul returned after a few minutes, stopping beside Anna and Maya with a polite nod. He spoke softly, explaining that everything was settled and that they would have a smooth flight. His voice carried a different weight now, careful and respectful. Anna thanked him, meeting his eyes for a brief moment of understanding. Maya sensed that something important was being kept from her. She turned toward her mother and asked quietly why the man looked surprised earlier. Anna smiled gently and told her that some names carry stories, and some stories take time to explain. Maya accepted the answer, though curiosity lingered in her thoughts. As the flight continued, the cabin lights dimmed slightly, and the sound of conversation softened. Maya opened her small notebook and began to draw clouds and mountains, letting her thoughts wander. Anna watched her, remembering the long path that had brought them to this moment. Years ago, Anna had chosen a quiet life, far from attention and noise. She had protected Maya from pressure and expectations, wanting her to grow freely and kindly. The last name Maya carried connected her to a family history filled with responsibility and leadership, something Anna had not wanted to place on her shoulders too early. Maya's father had once been a respected figure known for fairness and calm strength. His name carried weight in many places, including this airline. After his passing, Anna stepped away from public life, choosing privacy over recognition. She kept the last name for Maya, not as a title, but as a reminder of values. The woman who had complained earlier sat silently a few rows away. She avoided looking toward Maya and Anna, clearly unsettled by how quickly her request had been dismissed. She did not understand the reason, only that the situation had shifted beyond her control. A senior crew member approached Anna later in the flight, introducing herself with quiet respect. She apologized gently for the discomfort caused earlier and assured Anna that Maya was welcome and safe. Anna thanked her calmly, appreciating the professionalism but wishing the moment had never happened. Maya noticed the attention but did not feel afraid. Instead, she felt curious about her identity and what her name meant to others. She asked Anna if they would talk more after landing. Anna promised they would, choosing honesty over silence now that the moment had arrived. The plane moved steadily through the sky, and time passed slowly. Maya fell asleep with her head resting against her mother's arm, breathing softly. Anna looked down at her, feeling both pride and worry. She knew that once Maya understood her family story, life might become more complicated. When the captain announced the descent, Maya woke up, blinking and stretching. She looked refreshed and calm, unaware of how much the flight had changed the mood around them. Anna smiled at her, brushing a loose braid back gently. As the plane prepared to land, Paul passed their row once more. He paused briefly, offering a respectful nod to Anna and a warm smile to Maya. Maya smiled back, feeling no fear, only kindness. She did not know why adults acted differently now, but she felt protected. The wheels touched the ground smoothly, and the cabin filled with the sound of movement again. Passengers gathered their belongings, standing and waiting patiently. Maya held her backpack and waited for Anna's signal to stand. As they exited the plane, several crew members offered polite greetings, their tone careful and sincere. Maya noticed the difference and looked up at her mother again. Anna squeezed her hand softly, a silent promise that answers were coming. Walking through the airport, Maya felt taller somehow, as if something unseen had changed inside her. She did not yet know the full truth about her name, but she felt ready to listen. Anna looked ahead, knowing the next part of their journey would not be easy, but it would be honest. Outside the terminal, sunlight filled the wide glass space, and the noise of the airport returned fully. Maya took a deep breath, feeling excitement and uncertainty mixed together. The journey that began as a simple flight had already opened a door to something much bigger. And the story behind her name was only starting to unfold. The airport hallway felt long and bright as Anna and Maya walked side by side, moving with the slow flow of arriving passengers. Maya looked around with fresh eyes, noticing signs and sounds she had seen many times before but now felt different. She sensed that something important was waiting ahead, something her mother had carried quietly for years. They collected their bags and stepped outside into the open air, where a calm breeze moved across the parking area. Anna guided Maya toward a waiting car, placed their bags inside, and sat behind the wheel with a thoughtful expression. Maya climbed into her seat and fastened her belt, then turned to her mother, ready to listen. As the car moved away from the airport, Maya asked softly why people reacted to her last name on the plane. Anna kept her eyes on the road, choosing her words carefully. She explained that names can carry history, responsibility, and memories, and Maya's name was connected to people who believed in fairness and care for others. Maya listened closely, her face serious and calm. She asked if her father was the reason for the attention. Anna nodded gently and began to share more, speaking slowly so Maya could understand. She explained that Maya's father had once helped many people through his work and that his actions were remembered by those who respected him. The car passed through quiet streets lined with trees and small buildings. Anna explained that after her father passed away, she chose a quieter life for Maya, hoping to let her grow without pressure. She said the last name was never meant to make Maya feel different, only to remind her of kindness and responsibility. Maya thought deeply about her mother's words. She asked if the people on the plane knew her father. Anna explained that some people recognized the name and remembered how he treated others with respect. Maya felt proud but also unsure about what that meant for her own future. They arrived at a modest house in a peaceful neighborhood. Anna parked the car and turned off the engine, taking a moment before stepping out. Maya followed her inside, noticing framed photos on the walls that she had seen many times but never questioned closely. Anna pointed to one photo showing a man with a calm smile standing beside people of different ages. She explained that this was Maya's father during a community event long ago. Maya studied the image carefully, feeling a quiet connection. They sat together in the living room, sunlight filling the space through wide windows. Anna continued her story, explaining that her father believed everyone deserved respect and fairness. She said he taught her to listen before judging and to stand firm when things were wrong. Maya asked if she was expected to be like him. Anna shook her head gently and explained that Maya only needed to be herself. She said the name did not define her actions, but her choices would define who she became. Maya felt relieved hearing this. She said she wanted to be kind and brave in her own way. Anna smiled, feeling proud of her daughter's understanding. She reminded Maya that kindness could be quiet and strength could be gentle. Later that evening, they walked through the neighborhood together, the sky painted with soft colors as the sun lowered. Maya noticed neighbors greeting them warmly, unaware of the story behind her name. She felt normal and safe, just a child walking beside her mother. As they returned home, Maya asked if things would change now that she knew the truth. Anna admitted that some moments might feel different, but their life would remain grounded and honest. She promised to guide Maya through any challenges ahead. That night, Maya lay in bed thinking about her father and the name she carried. She did not feel burdened by it, but curious and thoughtful. She wondered how she would use the lessons shared with her in the years to come. Anna stood quietly at the doorway, watching Maya drift towards sleep. She felt a mix of relief and responsibility, knowing the secret was no longer hidden. She believed that trust and honesty would help Maya grow stronger. Outside, the neighborhood remained quiet under the night sky. The events of the flight felt distant now, replaced by calm reflection. Maya's journey toward understanding herself had begun, guided by truth rather than fear. And while many questions still remained unanswered, both mother and daughter felt ready to face what lay ahead together. Morning light entered the room softly as Maya opened her eyes and listened to the quiet sounds of the house. She felt calm but thoughtful, carrying the memories of the previous day in her mind. The story of her father and her name stayed with her, not as a heavy weight but as a gentle presence. Anna was already awake, preparing breakfast in the kitchen. Maya joined her, sitting at the table and watching her mother move with steady focus. They shared a simple meal, speaking about small things like the weather and plans for the day. Both understood that life continued forward, even after important truths were revealed. Later that morning, they prepared to visit a community center nearby. Anna explained that it was a place connected to her father's work long ago. Maya felt curious but not nervous, trusting her mother's guidance. They walked together through familiar streets, the sun warm and welcoming. As they approached the building, Maya noticed a plaque near the entrance with her last name written clearly. She stopped and looked at it quietly. Anna stood beside her and explained that it honored people who believed in fairness and care for others. Maya felt a sense of connection but also freedom, knowing she was not expected to follow a path exactly but to learn from it. Inside the center, people greeted Anna warmly, some recognizing her after a moment. Their expressions were kind and respectful. Maya noticed how they spoke with calm voices and open smiles. She realized that her father's influence lived on through actions, not words. A woman approached them and knelt slightly to greet Maya at eye level. She spoke gently and welcomed Maya to the space. Maya smiled back, feeling comfortable and safe. She understood that respect could be shared without pressure. They spent time walking through rooms filled with activity and learning. Maya observed children working together, helping one another, and sharing ideas. She felt inspired by the environment and understood why her father had valued such places. Later, Anna and Maya sat outside on a bench, watching people pass by. Maya asked if she would need to explain her name to others in the future. Anna replied that Maya could choose what to share and when to share it. She reminded Maya that privacy and honesty could exist together. Maya nodded thoughtfully, appreciating the trust placed in her. She said she wanted to grow at her own pace. Anna agreed and expressed confidence in Maya's ability to make wise choices. Their bond felt stronger, built on understanding rather than silence. As the day continued, they returned home and spent time together reading and talking quietly. Maya asked questions about values rather than history, focusing on kindness, fairness, and courage. Anna answered each one carefully, guiding without directing. That evening, Maya stood near the window, watching the sky change colors as the sun lowered. She thought about the flight, the surprised faces, and the calm strength her mother showed. She felt proud of who she was becoming, not because of her name, but because of her choices. Anna joined her and placed a hand on Maya's shoulder. She told Maya that the future was open and full of possibility. She reminded her that no matter where life led, they would face it together. Maya smiled, feeling secure and hopeful. As night settled over the neighborhood, the house filled with quiet peace. Maya prepared for bed, her mind clear and steady. She no longer felt confused about her identity. Instead, she felt grounded and ready for what lay ahead. Anna watched her daughter drift into sleep, feeling grateful for the journey they shared. She knew challenges might come, but she trusted their bond and the values passed down. The story of the flight became just one chapter in a much larger life story. Outside, the world continued moving, unaware of the small but meaningful transformation that had taken place. Maya's name remained the same, but her understanding of herself had grown. She carried the past with respect and the future with confidence. And with that quiet strength, a new chapter began, not marked by surprise or silence, but by clarity, choice, and calm hope.